Okay, part 2 to the crew sock unpacking. Pacific Sunwear of LA, so Pacsun basically. So just to continue on from the last video, so the other three pairs of crew socks I ordered along with those Ralph Lauren pack. Some nice colours in here. Again, as per usual, I have a couple of pairs of J's to kind of compare and look at some potential fits with. So let's get to opening. Okay, so again, I have quite a few pairs here to compare and contrast, as I tend to do. So, that's the easiest way to say. You can't really see the colours too well, but so here's the three pairs. So I'll just run through them first. So this is like a light blue with a peach, and so light blue with a peach, two peach stripes, and then a like quite light kind of like sorbet kind of yellow stripe. Off-white pair with the red and what looks like a royal blue-ish. So it looks like a varsity red and a royal blue. And then another off-white pair with a richer yellow, and then what I think looks like a military blue, but we will be checking that out in a second because I did bring those bad boys down to compare. And so I'm just going to get all three of these out of the packaging. Based on what they look like, I don't think there's any chance I'm going to be returning these. I think they look really good. So just get that off to the side. Get these off to the side. Okay, so here's the first pair. I'm just going to turn that around so you can see a little bit more. So yeah, so what I was thinking, a couple of pairs. Yeah, that is damn near spot on. Yeah, and that'll look pretty good. With the military force, the ones we need to come out soon with the Nike Air on the back. But yeah, that looks pretty good. I think solid kind of start. And then the other thought that I had, because of how difficult the yellow was to match yesterday, that also looks pretty spot on. I'm not sure what I think about with off-white with yellow. It does look a little bit odd. So again, it's another one I'll kind of try it on, and it may look stupid, but who knows. And then the third combo that also could work, maybe it would be that as well. I actually wore these yesterday with the orange Ralph Lauren image just up here. It was a really nice combo. I wore them with some the dark oatmeal Fear of God sweatshorts, which I've been wearing recently. So yeah, I'll, as I said, image up in the top left. So yeah, that's those. That's pretty successful. I think the next pair. I'll turn this again, so there's a bit more of it visible. So there you have it. So again, it's like a kind of varsity red. It's very Jordan-esque red. And then that looks like a true blue. I'm just looking at the pairs that I brought down. So again, a lot of this is like off-white here and then the white upper, which we'll have to try it on. But yeah, you can see here like the colors are pretty spot on. So again, like a nice matchy, potentially, we don't know. Another red, which could work. The thing is, the metallic makes it much more difficult to compare, but again, that looks pretty good. Story about these is I copped these when they dropped. I want to say it was 2017, but it was way before the you can see they're really worn, really before the Jordan 1 craze. And yeah, they were 70 quid. This is back when I was in the UK. They were either 65 or 70 quid shipped in a clearance sale. OG metallic reds. It's insane now to think of it. That's just what life was like back then. Wasn't even that long ago. And then the third one, again, the red, pretty spot on. Like the red's like, they're obviously cotton and leather. It's impossible for it to look exactly the same, but again, I feel like that would look pretty good. So yeah. And then the final pair. I know, just before I go into that, the final pair, the price. So having an amazing, Pacsun's one of my favorite stores. They're having a really good sale. I want to say one of these pairs cost me about $6 something. One of them cost me $3 something, and one of them cost me $3 or $4. I think it was about 10 bucks delivered for all three. So let's call them $3.30 each. $3.35 each or something like that. I just thought it was like, you just can't beat it for that kind of price. So, so yeah, so this combo, I'm not actually sure this works now that I'm looking at the shoe, but I did have this in mind as a combo. Not 100% sure it works. It kind of actually doesn't, but the thing with these sock combinations, socks and shoes combinations, you really only tell once you've kind of put them on. But that could go, and I feel like this pair is going to be much more of a contrast rather than a matchy-matchy. Would make much more sense for it to be. That could maybe work from a bit of like a kind of like a matchy perspective. The further away from the screen you get, the more the blues line up. But yeah, I didn't bring them down, but this color, like it's, I guess, a bit more out there, so potentially good for like a white cement 3 where there's just like, it's only black and white really on the shoe. Maybe the red wouldn't look great there, or like a neutral gray 1 that's just so neutral that it's so easy to just pair them with anything, and it's kind of like a shoe that you use for those more difficult pieces when like there's, you know, contrast is the only way. But yeah, that's all. It's all 3 pairs, and I would say like Pacsun just really good for generally picking up stuff like socks. Their cargos are pretty good. The jeans are really good. And yeah, apparently their crews are really decent material as well for the price. I don't think you're like, yeah, they're thick. You can see like the width. Like I'm a big guy, I have big hands. And like you can see that thickness next to my fingers, which are pretty big. So yeah, I guess like more fits to come. So over and out.